Good evening from Bangladesh. This is Hossain. I'm still active in HR job. I am one of the senior most HR professionals in Bangladesh and maybe in Asia. Rita is right. I have been in this job for 40 years, not only in Bangladesh, working throughout the world, and I travel more than 100 countries. So I have a pretty long experience. Let me share a brief of my profile so that you know who am I. Can you see my slide? Is it visible? Yes? Okay. So I'm giving you some overview of the HR business partnering. So this is my brief profile. I did my master's in HR from University of Calgary. I was supposed to stay and take the citizenship in Canada. Somehow I did not like. I returned home. I did my PhD in HR from India. I have about 40 years of experience. Currently, I am the head of HR of ICDDR, which is the #1 international organization in the world involved in the health and population research. I have received a lot of awards in my life, and but some notable awards are Lifetime Achievement Award and the Global HR Leader Award from Malaysian Institute for Human Resource Management. I don't know whether you are aware. If anyone from Malaysia, you probably know my HR. I'm the current president of the HR Federation in Bangladesh. I'm also the current president of the Institute of Personnel Management in Bangladesh. I was the past president of the Asia Pacific HR Federation for 5 years. I was also past president of Bangladesh Society for Human Resource Management. Also the board member of the World HR Federation for 5 years. And I teach HR in a few leading universities in Bangladesh, Somalia, Canada, and Papua New Guinea. So I'm still teaching, I'm still working. So I'm doing a lot of lecturing. I'm supposed to go to Malaysia to speak in Asia HRM conference on 18th of November next month. So this is what my brief introduction about myself. So if you see that I have the right education, I have the experience also, and I teach. So basically I'm the HR person. Most of my life I spent in HR. I have friends almost all countries in Asia because of my presidency. For 5 years, I traveled most of your countries more than one time. Okay, so this is my brief introduction. So let's see. This is a taxi from India. It's not a mere taxi. I have a brief video clip. Sound may not be good, but you have a subtitle. I would like to request everyone to see a 2 minutes video, and then we'll. So what is your reaction? Any reaction after seeing this video clip? Anyone?
Something unusual, something very, very, not maybe new. Something, yeah, it's something like everything is in there. So you think that it's,
Why?
I'm thinking,
Why?
was it, yeah, sorry.
Why he has arranged everything in text in auto rickshaw?
I think he wants everyone who will be on that car would be happy or would be satisfied. So he would
Exactly.
provide them everything.
You see, he for the customer convenient, he has arranged everything. It's not a mere traveling. You can still work while you are on taxi. And this is not something very rocket science. This is a mentality. This is a realization of the customer's needs. And this is the empathy and sympathy to the customer. Uh, you have seen that he has all the facilities starting from amusement to work. Everything is there. Newspaper, television, laptop, tablet, Wi-Fi, everything is there. And what do you think in terms of business? Whether this taxi driver will make more money, more satisfaction of the customer, or same like other taxi driver? What do you think?
I think for this one, for customer, I would choose his kind of transportation because, example, if you are in an hour road trip, of course you want to be not just sleeping or not doing anything, and then you want to entertain yourself. So at least it's like something like that. I would choose that.
So if you have a choice to make, you will take him.
Yes.
Okay. If you have no choice, then nothing to do. But if you
Yes.
have a choice if you have a choice to make, you will choose him because you have all the facilities available. Even if you are 1 hour in the taxi, and still you are productive, you are
Yes.
effective.
Because you have Wi-Fi, so you can work, or even if you have to stop in
Yeah,
traffic.
he has Wi-Fi. Even if you have no, a laptop, he will give you his laptop, and you can connect Wi-Fi, and you can go to your Google Drive and get connected with your own resources. So
his services appeal very much to the younger generation and also all of us who are professionals because he has got everything. We can stay connected, can work, and even have fun during the journey that we're going to go through.
And there was a time we used to work 8 hours and 16 hours, no connection with the office. But those days gone. Now we are working 24/7 unless we are sleeping. So with this kind of situation, this kind of facilities works very well. So why I have showed it? This is the real. This is a picture from the Tamil Nadu state of India. And this is somebody who has planned and he become very, very popular. And this is the sign of customer services, superior customer services if you have a wish to serve the customer. So let's take the message. If this taxi driver is concerned about the satisfaction and comfort of the customer, why not HR? We are also customer serving department. We have our internal customer and we have our external customers. And we need to serve out of box to our customers, internally and externally. What do you think? Is it necessary to serve our customer out of box for internal customer and for external customer? I did not have your introduction. I presume that many of you are working in HR. Am I right? All are working in HR?
Yes.
Okay. So I also work in HR. I work in all the subcontinents. So I know what is going on in the world. I worked in Canada, USA, Australia, a lot of Asian countries, Russia, Africa. I have seen everywhere HR needs to serve the customer. And the ordinary service is not sufficient. We have to create out-of-box HR services to our customers, line managers. Okay. So, do we create value by partnering with the business unit and customer we serve, and does not value and does that value have a direct impact quantified business object? Is a question to you. Do we create value? It is better if you have some participation. It's better. Do you think that we create value to our customer? They value us, or they are just not happy or average? If we don't add any value, we have to create value. We cannot have just exist and not adding value. We have to value even where there is less scope. You see my picture, no scope. This is very dry trees, but still something is happening here. Many people argue that HR has very limited scope to add value. I disagree with that. HR has a lot of value to add in the business. So let's see what is the evolution of HR in this part of the world. I have taken the example of Asia. If you see from 1892 current, what is the situation and what is the evolution of HR in terms of value impact contribution to the business? Our journey started with welfare officer with a limited value addition, and then labor manager or officer, little bit of more value addition. And then from 1945 to personnel management, slightly more value addition, where we our focus was administrative focus, compliance focus, traditional mindset, limited scope of activities, and socialized function. And then it moved to the human resource management, slightly more. And then our focus also changed a little bit from administrative focus to enlarged scope of activities, support function, and less reactive, more proactive. This is what the addition. And now we are strategic HR. Not in all country, not in all organization, but somehow we are strategic, where we are a strategic business partner. We focus on value creation. We are proactive. We are multidisciplinary, and we have multifaceted roles. We are not limited our roles only in one or two areas. So this is the evolution of the Asian HR, in my view. And basically, we are in a globalization world. What is happening in Malaysia, Singapore, or Indonesia, this is also happening in Bangladesh. So quickly, transmit from one country to another country. So we are a global player. So it is all about creating and delivering value. If you see this little picture, all three needed to eat something. if they don't work together, if they are not creative, if they are not innovative, no one can eat. But with the innovation, with the creativity, with the cooperation, with the teamwork, everyone can eat. These are not human, these are animal. So they have this innovative thinking. We are the best creation of Almighty. So why not we? So we have to work together in organization. We have to create value. We have to create value for ourselves. We have to create value for our business line managers and our customers. So first we have to become strategic business partner. In organization, everybody has the responsibilities. HR BP leader must first be strategic business partner who just happen to also manage the most valuable asset of the organization, which is human capital. You all probably know the name of Deb Ulrich, which is my close friend. We are in the same journal committee. And Deb Ulrich is the professor of Michigan State University Ross Business School. I had a very good friendship with him. We work together. Still, we are working together with the South Asian Journal for Human Resource Management. We are in the advisory panel. He has given a model of 4 model of HR. One is the strategic business partner, which is our topic tonight. And then the second one is the change agent. Whatever is change and innovation is necessary in the organization, HR has to take the leadership. Then administrative expert, we have to know our own job, which is HR job. And then employee champion, we have to make each and every employee as a champion so that they can represent the organization where it is necessary. When it is a partnership, I mean a relationship between individuals or group that is characterized by the mutual cooperation and responsibilities as for the achievement of the specific shared goal. So this is the model developed in early 2000 centuries, and still it is working very well in case of HR and the business. If you see the model, yes, we started with the HR business partner. HR business partner means is the HR front office employee who act as the salesperson of internal and external clients of human resources. HR VP deals with HR back office and HR center of excellence. So wherever we work, we have to work in a partnership. The second role of HR is the change agent. As I mentioned that we have to assess the needs for change. We have to, make all the changes. We have to lead the changes like a change agent. And remember, if the speed of the change in your organization is less than the speed of the change in the world, your organization will not survive. So we have to make necessary changes when it is necessary. Then is employee champion or employee advocate. The change agent participates in the company who the project who affect employees and change their corporate culture. The change agent leads that. And then the administrative expert, we have some HR functions that we need to do. Or we have some core HR function. We have to do that in an expert. So these are the 4 major responsibilities and roles of HR nowadays. So if you see here,
Mr. Mr. Hussein, I just want to check with you.
Yeah.
The change agent leads the what? Yeah.
Change agent means you see that COVID has affected most of our organization in the world.
You mean the change agent leads the change?
Yeah, I am coming. So, because if you just visualize before COVID, your organization, and after COVID, there are significant shift. You need to make a lot of
Oh, it's
changes. You have to make a lot of changes. Then question come, who will, take care of those changes? Who will lead those changes? Who will manage those changes? Deb Ulrich, in his model, he is saying that whatever change is necessary in the whole organization, HR will take the leadership with the senior management. HR will make sure those timely changes is incorporated and adopted in the organization. So the leadership assessment, leadership, implementation, monitoring of all the changes should lies on the HR shoulder. Is it okay to you? I don't hear anything. Have you understood the change agent thing?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Okay, okay, thank you. Now you see what business leader expects. Define and deliver financial and customer goals. So we not only deliver services, we also help organization to achieve the goals. We help our customer to achieve their goals. So provide insight to improve decisions and deliver result. That means emerge proactive such as work process design, internal communications, organizational design, redesign, design of physical settings, executive leadership development. Look at most of the organization in the world nowadays. Half of the meetings are no more face-to-face. We have integrated IT into our business process, social media into our business process, change the whole dynamics of the meeting. Many of the meetings are now using Zoom, using Teams, using Google Meet. We are saving time, we are saving cost. So we need to incorporate those in our organizational practices and policies. So that means if you just see 2 years before COVID and after COVID, many of the change things we have to. We have to periodically redesign the business process. Many of the Asian organizations, the process is very long and hierarchical and bureaucratic. We have no more time. We should introduce very short services, one-stop services, and redesign the whole organization from tall structure to flat structure so that with the less people, we can ensure more work and save the operational cost. This is what I expect, that we redesign the business process. There was a time the organization has 8 to 10, 15 layers. Now you can manage the organization with the 4 to 6 layers. So each layer is money and we have to save money. So you see, what is the HR business model, partner model? I have discussed this 4, but now you see, there are a lot of other things. With this, we have talent acquisition. We have to bring the best talent for the organization. We have to have the engagement of the employees. Engagement index in the world is less than 50% employee engagement. As I introduced myself, I served in the World Federation for 5 years. During my time, we have conducted the worldwide employee engagement survey, and we found only 26% employees are engaged. So you see, employee engagement is a huge issue. You have to have 70 to 80% employee engaged. Otherwise, organization cannot be successful. We have to make sure that everybody is performing. Our reward system should link with the performance. There may be a lot of rumors. We have to handle it. Rumor can destroy the organization, but we have to handle it. We should have an inspirational program. We should have a collaborative approach in the organization, and we have to share the ideas. We have to have the competitive advantage. Our people should be the best people so that we can compete with other organizations' employees. We need some fun. People cannot work in the stiff environment, rigid environment. We have to have some fun. And we need right leadership of the organization. Leader matters for the organization. Success and failures, both are mainly due to the leadership. We have to have a proper administrative systems in the organization. We should be able to influence others through our capacity. We have to create the brand of the organization and have a continuous development of the organization structure, policy, and procedures. So you see, we are organization design and develop specialist nowadays. You have seen my credential. My major was organization development and leadership. So this is what now necessary. Traditional routine work that can be done by outsourced company. These are the work you cannot even outsource. These are the work you have to perform by yourself. You cannot have your competitive advantage outsourced to the another company. You cannot have your strategy developed by outsourced company. That we have to take care. So we have to elevate us from routine functions to strategic function. Is it clear? Okay. Oh. So you see now, no. So what would be the characteristics of the partnership? We will have the accompanier and comradeship. We have to have alignment. We have to have the trusted advisor. Our line manager should trust us. If they don't trust us, then it is not good working. We should support each other, and we should have the creativity and innovation. If I fail to demonstrate creativity in our HR processes, HR business, then it is not going to work. It is very difficult to survive without creativity. Many things are obsolete. The rate of obsolescence of the process, policy, procedures are so high. So we have to constantly review and constantly change. So in terms of our job, how does HRBP work? We work in the back office. We also work in the front office. We have both the responsibilities. We work with the manager. We also work with the employees. We are not only working with the manager, we are also working with the employees. And what we do as HR Center of Excellence, we develop our talent. We hire the best talent in the competitive way. If you end up not hiring the talent people, it is not going to work, because human capital is precondition for success of your business. So talent acquisition, no compromise. we must have a very rigorous process of selecting the best talent for the organization in a fair and transparent manner. Once we select, then we should put them in the development program in order to develop them according to the requirement of our organization. And of course, you can hire the best talent, you can develop them, but you have to also make sure that you are providing the market-driven compensation and benefit. End of the day, money matter. If people are not getting the market-driven salary, competitive salary and benefit, they are not staying in the organization. So retention would be a big problem for the organization. And we have to have a proper reporting systems on the whole talent management system, talent development system, and compensation and benefit systems. So let's see 13 trend of HR business partnership. Which one is the first? Focus on the value creation. Number one, in each and every stage, we have to create value. If we cannot create value, then we cannot survive. Number two, we have to understand the context. Context of Vietnam, context of Thailand, context of Indonesia and Bangladesh are not same. So, and even the context of the different organization of the same countries are not same. So we have to have some context. We have to understand our customer. We have to realize our customers. And we should know where we should focus. Clearly, we should know where we should focus. As I mentioned that we have to redesign the organization, right-sizing the organization, restructure the organization according to the requirement, and fully integrate best practices and technology. We have to have the right leadership. As I mentioned, success and failure mainly depends on the leadership. So we have to have a leadership. Otherwise, as HR business partner, we cannot be successful. What is the HR for HR strategy? So we should understand what is HR strategy. We should be able to see the vision and mission of the company. We should work with the business leaders to develop the business strategy, and we should be able to link the business strategy with the HR strategy, because end of the day, whatever business targets, whatever is the goals of the business should be achieved by the people. So HR strategy should be clearly linked with the business strategy. And as HR VP, we should understand how that can be linked. So how do you build a HR function that meets the needs of the business? So we have to have a consultative process. We have to have the consultative process with the line manager to understand what is the need and accordingly design and redesign the system. How do I invest my HR practices area? So there should be some investment of HR, because developing the human resource requires some investment. You cannot do everything without money, so there should be some investment. What knowledge and skills do you need to be effective? HR competency model should exist in the organization. When I was the president of the Asia Pacific HR Federation, I have designed and introduced a competency model for HR professionals for the Asian organizations. That was widely circulated in all the countries. And then information and HR analytics is very much important. We can claim that we do a lot of work, but that should We demonstrate it through different analytics. And number 12 is the integration of technology and IT. I tell you, one of the profession among many is HR should be fully green. We should be able to operate the HR without using any papers. It has been proved in many countries that we don't need any paper to run the HR. What do you think? Do you agree that we can introduce the paperless HR in your organization? Is it possible? So,
Yes, it's possible.
so what percentage of HR functions in your organization are currently without paper?
Some of the HR forms that we have, like leave forms. So before we have like leave forms, we do it paper. Now we do it. We have a system that
I'm glad.
do it now. Less paper. Some of the forms that, yeah.
So as one of the senior most HR professional, I can tell you, if you have not done the paperless, it is your attitude. Technologically, it is possible. You can introduce 100% paperless HR business, HR function. It is possible. But you have to keep in perspective to do it. So with the modern ERP, with the cloud technology, with the big data, with the machine learning, artificial intelligence, this is very much possible. And last not least, relationships. We have to maintain excellent, I repeat, excellent relationship with our client, customers, internally and externally. There is no shortcut. We have to maintain outstanding, unquestionable relationship with internal and external customers and clients. So these are the 13 different trends we have to introduce if we really want to do right HR business partnering in the organization. What do you think? Is it possible in your country? I'm not saying it is 100% possible, but starting is okay. We can start. We can see how it works. But we have to be aligned with the international best practices. What I have discussed, these are the best practices. Okay, let's see. We need to have a significant shift because in many countries in Asian countries and organizations, we spend a lot of time for doing some administrative task, routine task, repetitive task. Now it is time to review critically and focus our attention more on strategy and operation, not in administration. HR is no more administrative focus. Many of the administrative or routine repetitive type of tasks can be integrated in the machine or outsourced to another company. But you cannot have the luxury to perform all the work by paid HR staff, HR employees in your organization. So this shift is important. It is imminent. We have to do it. In Bangladesh, I can tell you without hurting any of you, a lot of organization, there is no outsource, no integration of IT, everything is manual, paper-based. Those days gone. We cannot survive in this kind of things. We have to be strategic. We have to focus more on strategy, less on administrative type of routine type of work. Any comment here from anyone?
Yeah, I think the transform model is, I think it's the best model. So because before we are always focusing on the admin, doing all the reports, but less connection or having relationship with people. So we tend to focus on what needs to be done report, but then we forget sometimes that we need to have more people connection. And then our internal clients should be feeling more like, what do you call this, valued, and yeah, something like that.
So you see that since I work as a president of the Asia Pacific Federation, I know some of the situation of the Asian countries and Asian organization. So this is what my observation, that we spend more of our time unnecessarily for administration and routine jobs, but it is now high time to shift and focus to more on strategy.
But sometimes I think sometimes it's scary, especially for so long you've been, like, for example, going paperless. Sometimes it's scary because, you know, if you have audits or something that they need to check, and then you don't have that, you know, you're so used to have a signed paper, hard copy paper.
Yeah, it's a habit. It's a habit. Yeah, and you know, any change, particularly behavioral change, is very, very difficult. You see, signing on piece of paper, so comfort. So who wants to give it up? Nobody wants to give it up. So any change in behavior is difficult.